By the 1960s, St Pancras Station was approaching its 100th birthday, but looking as if it wasn't going to make it. The building was in a sorry state and earmarked for demolition. Poet laureate and all-round champion of railway architecture Sir John Betjeman was outraged. It would be a criminal folly to destroy it, he proclaimed, and a campaign to save St Pancras was launched. In 1967, just 10 days before the bulldozers were due to go in, the station was given a Grade 1 listing, the highest possible protection. 30 years later, the planned move of the new high-speed Eurostar to St Pancras fueled an £800 million renovation of the station and its hotel back to their former glory. As well as a roof extension and 6 new platforms, the area known as the Undercroft beneath the train deck was opened to the public. This area has a fascinating and surprising past, and no one knows more about it than railway historian and my good friend David Turner.
So when the Midland Railway were trying to decide what they're going to do with this space underneath the station, they were originally going to fill it in with, spoil from the works, but instead they decided to use it for space for freight. So this space was designed principally for the storage of beer. Burton upon Trent was Britain's largest beer centre in the 19th century. For example, Bass was producing 850,000 barrels of beer each year. If you look at this space here between the columns, it's 14 feet and it's a multiple of a beer barrel. You can get multiple beer barrels, and they modelled this size on the beer warehouses in Burton.
So this entire station is really based on the unit of a beer barrel?
Yeah, the entire underground for this whole shopping centre. Well, the shopping centre now, but it is built on beer, literally.
Well, trains came in at this higher level. How did the beer get down here to this Undercroft level? Because that's quite a high way up.
I think it's around 20 feet, roughly. So trains would be pulled into the station, engine first, and then towards the end of the station, towards the entrance of the station, there was a hydraulic lift. Now the train would come in, the wagons would be backed up onto the lift, the wagons would go down into the basement, and there were 3 what we call wagon turntables. This is exactly what it sounds like, to turn a wagon.
So down here would have been a complete network of turntables and siding.
Absolutely. This was, Beeropolis, if you want. So, but I think it's important we recognise the context of this, because Burton had something special. The minerals in the water in Burton allowed the brewers to produce a lighter, more attractive beer. In London, before the 1870s, it's darker beers, so what we call porter stout, a bit like Guinness. Burton breweries with this clearer beer get access to London. With the expansion of the middle class, they start really wanting to drink this lighter, pale ale style beers that come in from Burton.
So St Pancras Station really helped change the habits of beer drinking in Britain.
It did help, yeah.
So next time you're enjoying a pale ale, raise your glass to this grand old building.
It's interesting if you think about a supply chain. Beer didn't just come in to St Pancras, but the ingredients of beer went out of St Pancras. A lot of British hops was grown in Kent. Ingredients would come into St Pancras, one of the goods yards, be sent to the Midlands and would come back to London in beer. So if you think about that long supply chain of the railways being interlaced, and it's an amazing thing to think about. And so the flow of goods through this would have been astounding.
Sadly, you won't find any more beer barrels tucked away at the bottom of St Pancras Station. But thanks to the sympathetic renovation, this architectural masterpiece has been put back on the world stage, just where it belongs.
Everywhere you look in this station, there are beautiful and wonderful architectural features to discover and enjoy. It's remarkable to think how close this station once came to closure. But now it has become a glorious, romantic station, not just for British rail routes, but for international ones too.
Next time.